Okay, we're continuing our discussion on the topic of values. And as I alluded to in the first one of Got Values, my number one value is trust. Okay. And when you look at doing the work of finding out what your values are, there's a gentleman, Dr. Demartini, I believe it is, and he does some work with values and he looks at it as the voids and violations. What are the things in your life that were kind of void, weren't there, that were, that you lacked growing up? And what kind of things happened to you that were violations? Okay. And a lot of times when you look at those things, that's where your values actually came from. Kind of crazy, right? So for me, example, growing up, my biological father had molested me. That was a huge trust breaker right there. There's a lot of trust issues. It just comes with it, right? But the other thing was when he didn't come for visitation rights and stuff like that. He had the right to visit us and it'd be his weekend and sometimes he'd show up and other times he didn't. So I never really knew if he was going to be there or not. I could never trust that his word. Okay. So that for me is a huge thing. And for me as a person, like I really look, and it's important to me that people trust me and that I earn their trust. Okay. I don't think it's something that just gets given out. Again, because of my voids and violations and the things that have happened to me over the years, I really do value that. And it's something I want to know that I'm able to give to other people. And in essence, by me making that one of my biggest values, it also becomes kind of a superpower in the sense that I have this really crazy ability that people trust me with stuff that I'm just like, wow, I didn't ask you that, but okay. And they just trust me with this information. And a lot of times come to seek my advice. And that's some stuff I do in my work as well, in my mentoring and my coaching. I can actually get people to really open up about certain things and really dig deep and dive. But they only can do that because they can trust me and I've earned that. So for me, trust is a huge thing and I want that to come off in everything that I do. So to know too that when I make an offer of some kind of service, that you can trust me, that I make that offer in complete knowledge that I feel and know in my bones that I can give you that transformation or provide that service for you in a very deep space of knowing, honestly, I can do that for you. The other side of it is, guess what? If I know I can't, or I even question it and think that maybe somebody else would be the person for you, then I'm going to let you know that. And I'm going to go ahead and refer you to somebody else. And honestly, it'll be somebody that I've either worked with or that I know personally who does that work, or that I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Kind of sound familiar? So that being said, it's just like that's where I come from, and those are my values, and that's what I offer to you, to know that when you come to me and anything that I'm going to do with or for you is going to be, you can know that I have your best interests at heart. And that for me is a huge value. And I look for other people too, because if you don't have that, I'm honestly not going to refer you. And you'll know that if I'm referring somebody, they've earned my trust as well, not only in the person that they are, but in the delivery of the value that they give. So that's my number one, is trust. Have you identified yours yet? Work on it. I know you'll get down to it, and I'd love to hear your share as to what that is. Okay? We're going to move on to number two.